This video is on adrenaline and what it affects your body, how it affects your body. The fight, flight response from the lizard brain, that's part of our instinct, or most animals, creatures have an instinct of some kind. Not wanting to get hit, covering up. Somebody's throwing something at your face or pointing in your face, you move your head. That's a natural reflex. You want to capitalize on that. Flinch response. A lot of people talk about flinch response. And sometimes people over-flinch, overreact. In a self-defense situation, you want to be able to protect this, or some object coming at you, a punch, a hand. The only way to do that is run through a lot of repetitions of a certain type of technique. It doesn't, I say a lot, doesn't mean to be thousands, tens of conditioning that response. So your reflexes are to block, cover, don't get hit. If you get a big enough adrenaline dump, your heart starts to race, you may get tunnel vision, you may get everything auditory is starting to get fuzzy, you may get in standing fetal position. These things happen under severe stress or fear from an attack. Some people just naturally react differently than that. You can train yourself through scenario training, and that's what we do, is one of the ways we train your body your mind, not your body, to react in a proper manner to somebody throwing a punch, or they got a knife in your belly, or a gun to the side of your head or your face, or threatening you with, with death or physical harm. What happens when you get an adrenaline dump too? Your heart starts to race. I already mentioned this. And at somewhere around 140, depending on the human being, beats per minute, your heart's racing, boom, boom, boom. You're scared, you get the shakes, that's normal. Biggest problem is your gross motor skills stay intact. They generally for running, moving, flinching, but the fine motor skills, like doing some weird martial arts technique or self-defense technique, because you've done it thousands of times, has a tendency to disappear at 140. Fine motor skills start to go down because your brain goes into fight or flight. Everybody's heard that if you're an adult. And the fight response is, flight is don't get hit. But you have to practice certain scenarios, and not too much, because this scenario, what I do now may not exist when this thing actually happens. You got to be ready for almost anything that is an attack or a threat. And how you respond to that is how well you've trained. It's not an easy thing to do, but it can't be neglected. You don't want to, I've seen people over flinch, even in sparring with pads and stuff on them, move their arms way out and do weird stuff. That's kind of normal until they're trained to do it. But for self-defense, remember, your flinching response needs to cover so you don't get hit in the face. This is the knockout zone. This is the blind zone. This is the throat zone. So you need to be training a little bit with those kinds of things that coming at you, using your flinch response responsibly and properly, not just going wild and crazy because because of adrenaline dump. You got to keep it in focus. Maybe a little hard what you understand, but if you're ever in a minor car accident or something's happened to you or somebody's scared of crap and you start shaking, your fine motor skills start to disappear. Fact, science, okay? It's been studied for many, many, many years. So you want to deal with gross motor movements, like running, getting out of there, backing up, and some certain amount of mind ability to go, hey, you got to calm down, you start breathing, bring your heart rate down so you can start thinking. So you can use the weapons you've been training, your elbows, the knee, gross motor movement, just like walking, okay? Blocking your head, you don't get hit. All right, Rusty Solomon. Online Self-Defense Essentials. I hope you got something out of this short video. Thank you. Bye.